Today, I wanted to speak to you about the one skill that you need above all else in this age of AI. Because I'm constantly asked through my Future Self Lab by leaders who want to know what skills they need to hone as they turn towards the future, as they adapt, as they change, and as the world around them changes. And it's not just leaders who are asking me this question. Every day I meet people who are scared about AI, who are living these lives where they're worried about what's coming tomorrow when they should be connected with today. So that's why I wanted to make this video today, to talk to you a little bit about what matters most in this time and offer you some insight and some hope that you have an incredible amount of gifts that you can deploy and that you can reconnect with if you only just slow down. And as you go through this process of redesigning your life and discovering more about yourself, I'm hoping that you realize just how special you are, just how much you're able to achieve if you're present and put your mind to it. My name's Damien Madden, and these are my videos about how I'm redesigning my life, how I've gone from the life that I was living to the life that I always wanted to live. Thank you for coming along on this journey with me. If you like what you've seen so far, please like and subscribe. I've got some slides to share with you now, so let's dive into them and talk a little bit more around the one skill that you need in the age of AI. If you've seen some of my other videos, it shouldn't surprise you about the answer to this question. What is the skill that you need more than any other in the age of AI? And it's creativity. Pure and simple. But the first thing I do when I tell anyone this answer is immediately dispel the myth that comes into their head that creativity means painting. Creativity means art, getting the crayons out, getting the paint set out. That's not creativity. Creativity is your ability to adapt. Creativity is your ability to think differently about a problem, to see the world and see the things around you from different perspectives. That's why I talk about art so much, using art to redesign your life, to train you to see differently, a gym for the mind. Because you need to get into these habits of seeing the world differently. Because we, as humans, have lost our ability to adapt. We're losing our ability to be creative and to think creatively. And I shared this the other day in one of my previous videos. This study that was carried out by NASA that shows that creativity drops off in children very, very quickly once societal pressures, once devices start to slip into their lives. We slip into autopilot. We disconnect. We're no longer present. And because of that, we forget how to make meaning. We forget how to be creative. We forget how to see. I know that sounds really strange, because you go through the life looking at everything around you and constantly being bombarded by all of these images. But you forget how to see, you forget how to create, you forget how to adapt. And it's really important to remember this now, to reconnect with this now in this process of redesigning your life, creating the life that you want to live. It's a core fundamental skill that we need to nurture, we need to foster, we need to develop. Because the future is not about efficiency, it's about presence. Most of the discussion around AI and the advancements in technology around AI are related to efficiencies. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against AI, I'm not anti-AI. You'll see in some of my future videos how I'm harnessing AI as a tool because I approach it from the right way. AI is an incredibly efficient tool. It can help us do a lot of things, but it can't create in the same way a human can. It can't create meaning in the same way a human can. The future is about presence. That's why I talk about it so much in my videos. That's why it's so important that you begin to retrain yourself to become present again. That's why it's the first step in my experience arc system. A system I'm going to go into in future videos and teach you how to do this. Because if you can learn how to be present, if you can hack your brain and disrupt those processes that are holding you back, to become present again. You open yourself up, you become more receptive to the world around you, become more aware. And through that, you're able to slowly reconnect with making meaning again. And that's how your creativity becomes fostered. That's how your creativity grows again. That's how you are able to nurture creativity. And once you've done this, you're able to apply it in a whole wide range of things, from your work life to your home life to yourself. You become a creative being because that's what you are. That's what you are when you were born. As that data showed, creativity amongst really young kids is incredibly high. It's something we're born with. But because of the way the world works today, we give away, we give up, we forget about. And the way that AI is flooding into our lives at an alarming rate. This graph here shows the uptake of Gen AI, the adoption of Gen AI compared to smartphones and tablets. And you can see that it's being adopted at an incredible rate. Now, as I said before, there's nothing inherently wrong with this. But if we're not present, it's a real problem. It's like a huge wave coming and washing over us. And if we're not there, if we're not ready, then all of a sudden we're going to look up and we've given away even more. AI is accelerating at an incredible speed. And that's hastening our disconnection, our lack of presence, our lack of creativity. And we need to stop that. We need to slow down. So I encourage you with today's video, with this week, find ways to become creative again. Find ways to see things differently. Connect with the world. Take moments to breathe. Take moments to slow down. Go on a color walk. If you've never done that before, I really encourage you to do so. Go for a walk around your neighborhood. Pick a color and notice every time you see that color, whether it's in a flower, a car, a store window. I also designed the experience art cards as a way to help you retrain this, a way to help you set daily challenges so that you can become creative again, so you can slow down, so you can give yourself these tools. Get out the pens, get out the paints, try and draw something without thinking, without control. Go to an art gallery, look at art. Even just talk to people, talk to a stranger, talk to someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. Start to become present, start to slow down, don't rush through. And don't just dismiss the world around you. Don't just be so quick to dismiss things. Learn to adapt again, learn to make meaning. Take the time to slow down. There's lots of great ideas out there. Meditate, write, journal. Whatever works for you, find that. And then make it part of your practice. Make it part of your daily practice. This is about changing your patterns of behavior. This whole process of redesigning your life is about changing these patterns of behavior. So slow down and do that. Slow down and reconnect and become creative again. Because it's the number one skill we need in the future. As this technology advances, as the world changes at an ever alarming and ever quickening pace, you need to be present, you need to be creative, you need to know how to make meaning. It's so important. So I really wanted to stress that in this video today. I really wanted you to think about this in a new way. If anyone asks me, what's the one thing I need to focus on above all else as I redesign my life, as I create the life I want to live? It's learning how to be creative, learning how to adapt. Because if you can do that, you can do anything. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for listening. Please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment telling me what challenges you're setting yourself to try and get back in touch with your creativity. I promise you it will be worth it. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you next week.